Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Her with Amena Brown. And I really wish, I'm going to talk to my husband because my husband does the production for this podcast. And I wish I had like some jingle bells. I really feel like that's a missed opportunity. I feel like I should have opened this up and just had those jingle bells right there. So maybe in post-production, y'all will hear it. Maybe y'all will hear the jingle bells since I didn't have them. But this is our holiday episode. Is like Oprah's favorite things, except you don't get nothing but a conversation. We don't have like the items to give. Maybe next year we'll have that. But just feel like you get a car, but instead like you get a good conversation. It's not the same. Okay, first of all, I'm excited to welcome our guest into our Her living room. Singer, author, actress, American Idol finalist, Christmas enthusiast, Melinda Doolittle is our guest today. Woo!
Hey!
Y'all, let me tell y'all. So first of all, let me tell y'all that I enjoy talking to Melinda so much that my husband actually like looked at me and was like, is y'all recording? Is this the episode or y'all?
Y'all? We can't help it.
It's like so much to talk about. I'm actually going to have to like control myself so that I don't start telling Melinda off the record things that are not supposed to be on this podcast. So I'm gonna try to be disciplined with that, y'all. But that's what's happening. Y'all don't get access to all those things. The off the record is just for me and Melinda. But we're gonna give y'all a portion. Y'all gonna get the on the record. And yes, this whole episode is about Christmas things. Okay.
It's my favorite thing.
Have you always been a person that loved Christmas? Has that just always been your jam?
Always. I don't know what it is. Like, it's so weird because it was just me and my mom growing up and we didn't have money or anything. Like, she was a teacher. So we didn't have anything, but like Christmas just has always been my favorite. And even she used to do the 12 days of Christmas with me and give me a gift each day. And like one time my gift was crushed ice. And it was like my favorite gift ever. And I didn't know like that's free. Like she just took a hammer to a bag of ice. Like I didn't know that. I just knew like, oh my gosh, this is yummy. Like she put a little Kool-Aid flavoring on it and I was happy. So like, it's not even like the gifts. It's just the whole feeling of Christmas that just brings me joy constantly.
I mean, it is a season of time that just has this inherent like wonder and magic, and even like the sort of the darkness of Christmas is very beautiful because it's sort of like the days get, darker earlier and like that cozy, snuggly by the fire, the candle feelings. Like I get the vibes, and I want to give your mom a shout out right now. I want to give her a shout out for two reasons. Number one, crushed ice. I mean, that is a gift to your point, though, because, let us reflect upon Sonic, Sonic Drive-In and other places where when you get that drink, if it had regular ice in it, you're just like, why? Like that doesn't make sense. But the crushed ice, it does add a specialness. The fact that your mom like crushed that ice herself. I mean, I really celebrate that. And then the Kool-Aid flavor. I mean, that was almost a snow cone, basically, what you had. And that's...
It was basically a snow cone. She's always been that creative my entire life. Like that, she just comes up with stuff that just... I don't know how she does it, but she just does. And like, she couldn't afford like crayons, like the expensive crayons. But at that point, like eyeliners were really, really cheap. So she just bought me different color eyeliners. And when I tell you I colored with those and had a great time, like
I'm about to buy myself some eyeliners right now. When I tell you your mama is the plug right now, like, come on, mama. She was like, I can't get my baby that Crayola, but let me tell you, these Wet n Wild eyeliners, these Milani eyeliners, come on. Yes.
Like, it just has been my life. Like, it just makes me so happy. And now, like, that we are actually able to give each other gifts, it almost doesn't even matter what the gift is. We don't care about that. We care about time we get to spend together. We care about doing something that we both enjoy. Like it just doesn't, the season is about so much more than that. And I think that's what makes it so special to me. And it might be why I celebrate so very long.
I okay, this is a good transition because I want to begin by asking a couple of just some general questions so we can have an idea of what's happening here, okay? Because
Hmm.
I first of all, I also grew up in a single parent house. My mom I'm trying to think. First of all, my mom's she's not really like into a lot of decor like that. She's into having the time with you, but she wasn't like
Yes.
into like, let's get a big old tree. Like that wasn't her thing. She was like, I got this 4-foot tree that we're going to put on top of this table. And you're going to take your ornaments that you made in your class, like we did that. So I didn't really get into the decor parts until like I got grown enough to host Christmas at my own home. After like Matt and I got married, we became like the home to host here. So then it was like,
Yes.
needs a tree, needs those things. And then we started establishing the tradition of like, we would try and get the tree Thanksgiving weekend so that before like my mom and grandma left to go back to their house, that they could help us like decorate the tree, right? But then as I got to
Okay.
know some of my friends were like, why are we waiting until Thanksgiving to put up our tree? I have some friends that were like, boom, it's October. Here's my
Yes.
tree. I also have some friends that it gets to be February and they're like, it's still my tree, and say something
Yes.
about it. Okay, so
Hmm.
can you discuss what are your thoughts on the Christmas decoration parameters? Okay, when do you believe it's time now, for you to
Hmm.
get the decorations out, get it going? And when do you believe it's time to be like, all right, it's done now? Or, okay, I'm gonna leave this as an option. Or is it never time for the decorations to go away? And is it like, look, Christmas is joy in
Hmm.
our hearts all the year? What are your thoughts?
Well, okay. I will start by saying that as a singer, like most Christmas seasons, I'm on tour, so I would miss Christmas at home. I'm always gone November, December, so I'm not home to like enjoy the lights or enjoy the tree or anything like that on the months that people are used to. Like the tour starts the day after Thanksgiving, so like you just miss all of that.
Got it.
So I got into the habit of like putting up my tree in October
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and kind of keeping it up until about Valentine's. That was kind of my habit for a while of just like now I can actually enjoy a season. Like I have January and half of February to enjoy it, like everybody else had the end of November and all of December. So I did that. And then about 5 years ago, I hit the age of about, 38, where like a switch turned and I cared less about what people thought. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Like I didn't go by like, everybody says you should do this and everybody says you should do this. People were so upset with me for still having my tree up in February all the time on social media. And I just got done caring. And so October of 2015, I put up my tree and it hasn't come down since. It is still up.
Wow.
It is still up.
Wow.
Now, obviously, it's not a real tree. So let's be clear
Okay.
on that. Like,
Okay.
I don't have a
We need
dead
a
tree in my
distinction.
house,
Mm-hmm.
but I got this tree and it brought me so much joy that I was like, why do I keep taking it down? Like, it would make me so sad to take it down. Why am I doing that to myself? Why not just leave it? And let me explain, like, I don't keep it plugged in year round. Like it's not always plugged in, but like if I've had a hard day, I come in the house and I plug in the tree
Mm.
and I put on my onesie. I
Come
turn
on.
the air on to make it cold. I put on the fire, have a little cup of cider, and everything's better. So I'm like, why would I take that down? So basically, Christmas is here year round.
Mm-hmm.
I save a couple of Christmas movies on my DVR just in case I need it. And it just is what it is. And I get judged for it so heavily And hear me say, I don't care. I honestly do not. Like this is the time where I get to say, I'm doing this for me. You do you. You
I'm
take your tree down whenever you want
look,
to.
I'm at
You
my house. You
be
at your house, Melinda. People can't tell you.
I'm at my own house. My mom moved in with me 3 years ago. And so that was, 2 years into the Christmas tree. And so she knew what she was moving into.
Mm-hmm.
So she didn't say a thing. Like if I was traveling and she knew I was going to be tired coming home, the tree is plugged in when I get to the house. And I walk in and I'm like, thank you, Jesus. So it's a thing now. And I'm like, if you have a problem with it, that's your business. And you do what you need to do at your home.
Mm-hmm.
But as for me and my house,
it's Christmas all the time. Anytime we want it
all
around
year
here.
long. Anytime I need it. Yep.
First of all, I just respect this choice. I respect you doing what you need for your joy. And I respect you doing that in the face of being like, I don't really care what y'all be saying about it. This is what I'm doing. This is what I need.
Yeah.
And I have to say that has become even more important in this time of the pandemic because I have focused a lot more on like what my home is like, what its comforts are to me, because like you, I was doing a lot of my work on the road. So there were certain times of the year that I was home more that I'd be like, oh, maybe it would be nice if that couch was better, if I had those pillows I liked. But then like you leave and you go to the hotel or whatever, wherever you are traveling, So I wasn't as focused on like, if I had to be here all the time without traveling at all, like, what are the things I would do? And like now I'm like, well, I do like these candles. I need these candles.
Yes.
I need them to be scented. Okay. That is a need that I have. And I do need this blanket. And I don't care if it doesn't match with the couch. I don't care. It's my blanket. It feels like a t-shirt on the top, sweatshirt underneath. Look, this is the life I've chosen to live. So I think there are these like things that I feel have shifted in a lot of us of just like, I need to make sure that my home is not just an expression of who I am, but it's a place where I can be at peace and remember my joy and, not let the external things like come into the peace that's in my home, right?
It's so true. And what's been so interesting about this pandemic is that like, at some point, like about mid-October, people were like, we just need Christmas, y'all. Like they started putting up lights, putting up trees, and some kind of way it made them feel better. And I was like, welcome, everyone. Welcome.
You're like, this is the life I've been living. I've been living this life.
Yes. I bring you in. I accept you. You are welcome here. This is a safe place. Enjoy your Christmas with me for however long you need it. Because I have needed it this entire year.
Please. And let us also discuss something that I've been just watching you do from afar that I know has been a big adjustment for a lot of us as performing artists. Like I did have a moment recently where I just cried missing the stage, missing that moment of being in front of a crowd where you've like shared this. I mean, for you, that would be a song. And for me, it's like I shared this poem and I finished it and I felt that like from the audience, like whatever the feeling is of that piece, it's like you're having this, it's hard to explain in certain ways to someone that doesn't do stage work, but I'm going to try to explain the best I can, listeners that might be like, this is not what I do. What do you mean? It's like when you're on stage, it's a conversation you're having with people. There are parts of the poem or the song where you can hear them gasping or you can hear them laughing or you can tell when they were really starting to follow you along with the story. And there's just nothing like it. There is nothing like it. And I miss it so much. And I think we have been trying to find ways, even though nothing will be exactly like how that is in person, we have been trying to find ways of like, how do we still remain connected around art and music in particular? Because it does bring us together. It does communicate our emotions and our feelings that we may not even have words to articulate. And just watching you have these virtual moments with your fans and these music lovers, like, talk to me about what that's been like in general for you during the pandemic. And then I also want to know about these virtual Christmas shows because y'all, by the time y'all hear this, y'all can't go to the Christmas shows. But let me tell y'all don't know Melinda, okay? Melinda celebrates Christmas all year round. So y'all don't know. Melinda might pop up in February and be like, y'all want to hear some Nat King Cole Christmas songs or what? What y'all want to do? You know?
I actually probably will. So. But gosh, I think at first when everything hit and my entire schedule for the year got canceled, like I panicked.
Right.
Obviously, like I mean, we all were like, "What? What do you mean?" And not knowing when things would come back. Like it's still unknown right now as far as when people will want to come to a concert and feel comfortable with that and all of that. And so the unknown made me realize like, oh, I should probably make some plans. Like I should, I don't know, maybe figure out how to connect. And in all honesty, at first it was like, how do I still make a living?
Right.
It was that. Because I am such an introvert that I wasn't missing the connection quite yet. Like I was like, okay, I'm at my house in my onesie, I'm good. But also maybe I need to make money. Like, how do I figure that out?
Right.
And then I did my first virtual concert and I had connection, like feedback. And it was on this program where like the feedback happened like 15 to 20 seconds later.
Oh.
And so I would finish the song and it'd be silent. And I'd be like, who knows if they liked it? And I'd start the next one and then I'd start to see the feedback and be like, oh, good. So glad you liked that. But I'm halfway through the next song. And so there was something about seeing their feedback. And when I would see it, how it would kind of lift me and keep me going for the next part and realizing, okay, they are seeing this. They're with me through this, where I was like, oh, wait, I think I enjoy that. Like maybe I do miss connection. And so the next concert I had, I did it on Zoom because I was like, I want to see them. I'm going to figure out, like, I had done a couple of corporate events on Zoom, like just for different corporations where I just kind of pop in for 15 minutes. And when I could see their faces, it was just, it was a different kind of connection. So I decided, let me do something different than people would see on stage, because we all know this is different. Like you're in my house at this point.
Right.
So don't expect what you see on a stage. How can I give you something different? So I kind of took the audience behind the scenes and showed them how I create a show.
Wow.
And invited them to be a part of helping me finish creating the show. So I was like, I'm going to give you a 70% created show. I'm going to let you see what my process was going into it. I even had a video of how I meet with my music director and how we change up a song to make it me and all of that. And it was all Barbra Streisand tunes. Wow. And then the audience, I only opened it up for 50 people because I wanted to see all of their faces. But afterwards, I was like, take notes because I want to hear what you have to say. So we had a happy hour afterwards. We all went and got our glass of wine. I changed into a onesie and we sat down and they gave me feedback, songs that they liked, songs that they didn't, like what other songs they would want to hear in the show. And they actually helped me create a show so that when I go back out on the road, they're a part of this journey for me. So I kind of learned how to connect in a way that I haven't ever been able to connect with an audience. And now I'm just excited. So of course, when Christmas comes up, I'm like, well, how do I connect even more? So let's do a Christmas show. Let's do an after party that they can come to where we can hang out in our onesies and discuss. And let's do a meet and greet that people can just get one-on-one with me. We'll record it. It's on Zoom. So we'll record it for you, take a picture, do all that.
Wow.
And have a connection that I don't normally get with an audience, and they'll literally be in my living room hanging out. So I think now knowing that that's possible, it's so much fun. It really, really is. It's a lot of work. Right. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
Because I can't have a band in this house. Like I have to figure out how to do it with tracks and how to make the tracks sound like me, because my mama lives in this house and we're not getting her sick. So not only can I not have a band in this house, but I can't go somewhere where the band is. Right. Like we got to be careful around here. So it's been a lot of work to be my own tech person and my own everything because mama's not tech savvy.
No.
So it's just gonna be me. Ain't no husband here. Um, that can be helpful, and I'm okay with that. However, it's all on me at the end of the day. So it's been quite an experience, but it's been worth it by far.
Wow. Like just reading it when I was on your site, reading like how you had the show set up was like I was already like, oh my gosh, I love this. And now hearing you describe it more, I'm like, I mean, I'm interested to see how we will all reflect on this time when, 5 years has passed, but to think that
Right.
there was this moment of innovation there, where you're getting a chance to make this connection to people that otherwise might have come to that show in person, but maybe you wouldn't have gotten to meet them or they wouldn't have gotten
Right.
to have that wine, drinks, onesies moment. They would not have gotten to be a part of that sort of creative process of I mean, that's going to be a very like unique experience that people will be able to say they had with you. And that's honestly what concerts are about. It's like we want to go to that
Yes.
show and leave being like, oh my gosh, I didn't know so and so break dances. And they just started break
Right.
dancing, in the middle of their set. And like, they're not going to do that on MTV or, on this show that we see them. They're not going to do that there. But when I saw them at the show, I got to see that part of them. I mean, that's the beauty of it. I love that, Melinda. That's really inspiring.
You know what I think is probably even more beautiful than that is that because I will, after any of my live shows, I stand outside in the lobby until the last person leaves. I will meet you.
Really? I'm like
So
this too.
you,
I'm like that too.
so we will meet. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's not something necessarily different than what I
Mm,
would do.
mm,
However, what what I'm seeing right now is that you meet my really on personality when you meet me after a show because I'm
mm-hmm,
still like all pistons firing, like I'm
mm-hmm.
ready to go. But now when you meet me in my living room, I'm so chill. Like this is me. Like this is what you get to see. Plus, the after parties are where the fun really is because you're not just interacting with me, you're getting to see what the rest of the audience thought. And so
Mm.
you're like part of like hearing how it moved everybody and how it did something different for someone else and you're welcoming in an entire audience where you guys have something in common, which is enjoying a show. And you guys get to talk about it all together. And I think that's what people are enjoying even more than just getting access to me. They're like, oh, I have access to like other fans and other people that are a part of this. And they've made friends way
Wow.
outside of me that have lasted far past the concerts. And it's been really cool to see that too.
Oh, I love that. I mean, that sense of community. I
Yes.
love that. Oh, Melinda, I love that. Now let me get my ticket so I can be in there. I'm still trying to find me a onesie though. I haven't found the right. It's a lot of 2-piece pajama sets, Christmas pajama sets out
Yes.
here, and I really need the zip onesie. That's what I need in my life right now. So let me find that so that I can be ready for this. Mhm.
Please. I have 12, but I don't share well because I'm an only child. So
We appreciate having a onesie for each month of the year, Melinda. We appreciate the commitment to
mhm.
onesie life. Like I needed that. So knowing that you are a music maker and a music fan, we need to talk about Christmas music now. I need to
Oh
get the
gosh.
information from you. Okay, so I'm going to use this as an example. When I used to go to parties in the before times when we could party next to people and sweat and breathe and not be worried
Yes.
about things. Okay. To me, it was like the party didn't start until I heard Before I Let Go. It was like I had a
Oh,
good time. I mean, I was having a fine time. But as soon as I heard that, dun, 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 oh, whoa, I'm like, oh, wherever I'm at, like I've had some times that I've been like talking to a friend. I wasn't even dancing on the dance floor. And I was just like chatting up a friend. And then I heard that, dun, 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 and I was like, hold my drink.
right.
I got to go now. Soon as I hear Frankie Beverly, I gotta go. Okay.
Yes.
Do you have a Christmas song that's like that for you, in the sense of like, do you have a song that you're like, when I hear that song, it's Christmas. I don't care what day it is. I don't care what time it is. Do you have a song or any songs that are like that to you?
Yeah, All I Want for Christmas Is You. It has like it that's everybody's. I don't even like I listen to Christmas music year round, but I won't listen to that song until Thanksgiving is over. I wait. I wait on that song because that song is like actual Christmas to me. Like I don't know what happens. Mariah she figured it out. That she just figured it out, and it's the sleigh bells and it's all the things like all in one that just, and I try to sing it, let me be clear, but I don't do your runs and stuff, so it's not, I shouldn't, but I try. It's my favorite.
I mean, I have to say too, like, I know somebody made that song before Mariah, and I know other people have tried to sing it after her, but I have no memory of them. It's like, I don't.
No, wait, nobody made it. She wrote it.
For real?
Yeah. That's why like everybody so like normally shows her with cash in her hand on the day after Thanksgiving because she wrote that song.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
I know some of y'all listening like, Amena, why are you so late? But let me just tell you, because when I would hear that song, it always sounded like, it's which is the perfection of it. It sounded like she was remaking something that somebody had made, but she did it and just made it sound way better. That's how classic it sounded to me, that I was like, man, whoever that band was in the 50s that like made this song. Man, I mean, good for them. They're making money with Mariah, but they're not, because Mariah made that. And it sounded to me like, it sounds old, it sounds new, it sounds now. And I mean, it's perfection. It's perfection.
That song has bought, she'll tell you to this day, like it's bought houses and all kinds of things for her. Like it just is. And so that hands down, that's my song. Outside of that, if the Temptations sing Silent Night, I'm happy.
Please. I have a family member that album, that Temptations Christmas album, is all it was. And I remember I spent Christmas with them one year, and it was like, I didn't hear no other Christmas music except that Temptations Christmas album. And I really don't have any regrets.
No, that's acceptable. It's acceptable.
I really was like, I spent 3 weeks only hearing that. That was the only music that I heard for 3 weeks. It's fair. And I don't regret that choice. So yes, Mariah, shout out to you and all that money. I just wish I wish Christmas poems were as popular as Christmas songs. And
right.
I could just...
Well, and the thing is, like, it's so hard to write a classic Christmas song. Like, I don't like, because there's nostalgia with Christmas, and some kind of way she tapped into nostalgia without it being an old song. So like, it's very difficult to write a new Christmas classic. So it's not just poems. Okay. I promise.
Okay. Thank you.
It's all of it. Like, because has someone written one since?
Not that I can
see.
Because before then, I would have said mine was Donny Hathaway's This Christmas. That when I hear Donny Hathaway's This Christmas, I'm like, everyone, please drape my shoulders with tinsel.
Yes. And now, see, I love that song, but when I tell you, I do not love singing it, and I get asked all the time to sing that song. It is my least, that and Oh Holy Night. Don't stop asking. Stop asking. I'm going to do it because it's like what people want to hear, but I can't, I don't.
You're like, no, not me. Not me.
No. Oh Holy Night is like the Star Spangled Banner of Christmas songs. It's like everybody wants it, but you don't really want to sing it. And it takes up your whole entire range. And who has time for that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, this is actually, we're answering a couple of things that I wanted to ask. I'm going to segue into this. Least favorite Christmas songs. Least favorite. I'm gonna throw in. It's not Jesus. It's not that you're my least favorite, but I'm saying Away in a Manger. It's like I enjoy the message, but I'm like, wherever the manger is, can I go there and not listen to this?
And see, like, it's so weird because I love the song "Oh Holy Night." I just don't want to sing it, and I love the song "This Christmas." I just don't want.
You don't want to sing.
It.
Okay.
But my song for least favorite, it has to be Drummer Boy, because I don't get it. Like, what mom would be like, yes, come play your loud drum for my sleeping child? Like, nobody, literally nobody. And I know it's like, bring your talents, whatever you have, bring it to the Lord. I get that. That's the point. But I'm like, no, it's not, that's not it. Parumpa pum pump. Like, no, that's not it. So, and I'm sorry, if you're a drummer, like, great. I don't understand it.
I mean, I'm going to throw out there also, Melinda, that like the amount of covers of Little Drummer Boy that I've heard now and the amount of variations of an attempt to try and find new ways to Rupa-Pum-Pum is also, that's also a part of what's upsetting, because I feel like I've heard like some hip hop versions where it's like a beatbox and then we're trying to Rupa-Pum-Pum, and then, you know, there's just a lot of things happening with those drums. And I'm like, is it a djembe? Is it a full drum set that we're somehow going to go set up in front of this baby? Like, what's happening? I am a poor boy too. There's just a lot. You brought up some points.
You calling him poor? Like, it's a lot of things where you're like insulting the mom and the child all at the same time. And then you're going to play a drum. Like, it's not my favorite, but if there is a good version, it's going to be Justin Bieber and Busta Rhymes.
Oh,
that version hits hard because Busta, like, you can't really go wrong with Busta. So when they're like rum pa pa pum pum, yeah, mama drum, yeah, mama spare drum, like I'm like, okay, I got you there, but that's it.
You might have gave me one to add to my playlist, because I don't think I knew about that one right there. But I also am a person that gets sort of stuck in an era of music, and I just really don't leave it that much. So like, I've still been listening to that Handel's Messiah Christmas album, that gospel Christmas album that came out, like, I don't even know when that was. I must have been a junior high, high school student, sometime in the 90s that album came out. And when I tell you,
I was like, that's either like late 80s, early 90s.
I'm in there listening to Al Jarreau, because it made me think about it, Melinda, because Busta Rhymes is on that record, but whichever rap group Busta Rhymes was in, that rap group is on one of the Handel's Messiah tracks. Like, that's how old the album is. Leaders of the New School. Y'all, my husband is I'm already probably going to get roasted for not knowing that Mariah Carey actually wrote that song. Like, all this time, I was like, she picked such a great cover. Mariah Carey's like, girl, I wrote that song, honey. I did that. Okay. So it was Leaders of the New School. Busta Rhymes was in Leaders of the New School. Leaders of the New School is rapping on Handel's Messiah.
I did not know that.
A gospel celebration.
And you teaching me something today. I'm teaching you. We're in this together. I do, like, I am a purist about certain things. Like, I just want to hear Nat King Cole sing the Christmas song. Like, if anybody else, maybe a little nice Josh Groban in there. Like, I love symphonies and all of that, like that beautiful Christmas music. So I do love that. But every once in a while, you need a little bop.
Okay. I have two questions I need to ask. First of all, let's talk about Christmas jams, because not all Christmas songs are a jam, right? Some of them are more, in a certain mood. It's contemplative. It's wishing I was home for Christmas. But what are your favorite Christmas bops? The jams.
The jams, that one's hard for me because I don't listen to a lot of bops.
Okay.
I consider All I Want for Christmas a bop in my head.
I think that's a bop. I think that qualifies as a bop.
And I go with, like, if y'all don't know who PJ Morton is, I'm sorry for you. But basically his entire Christmas record is a bop to me. He's got a duet of Do You Believe with Yolanda Adams on it. Ooh. And it's just like this pocket. It's a pocket bop. And I'm like, it's so, it's just gritty and wonderful. So I would probably say those. Gosh, who else? I can't think of like who else I get excited about like dancing to, because I want Christmas to kind of like make me feel like warm and fuzzy as opposed to make me dance.
Okay. I'm going to throw out there, this is in dedication to all of us from the South that listen to booty music. I'm going to throw out there What You Gonna Get Her for Christmas from the 69 Boys. Wait, no?
Quad City DJs.
It was Quad City. I think it's Quad City DJs and 69 Boys are on the same song. I actually was looking at it the other day.
I have so many questions right now.
Okay, I'm going to have to send you a link to this, Melinda. I really wish that we could just play it, but we won't be having money to pay these kind of clearances. But anyway, I'm going to send you the link because when that thing comes in, first of all, still with the sleigh bells. It comes in with the sleigh bells. And when you hear that, what you gonna get her for Christmas? I mean, what you gonna get that boy? Oh, baby. I mean, if you ever wanted a song that you could like listen to, during Christmas time and also like shake your booty like a little bit, I mean, that's it for me. Like when I hear that song, I'm going to send you the link, Melinda. I'm not saying you're going to like it. I'm just telling you, I'm going to send you the link.
I didn't realize. I think maybe I didn't know that existed. I'm like songs like that. Like I thought you were going to be like, oh, like What Christmas Means to Me, Stevie Wonder. Like that in my head was a bop. I misunderstood bop. I think I'm shook right now, and
Yeah, I just want to bring that. I wanted to bring that here because and it has a little tagline that's like, I want a little bit of this, I want a little bit of that. I mean, boy.
I'm nervous that I'm going to love it so much that I'm going to try to start adding it into shows. This is where. This is like there's a thin line between like what you should do and what you shouldn't. And I feel like I'm going to love this so much, this new style of music that you've opened up to me. Like I did not know there was booty popping Christmas music.
And it's very interesting too, because Christmas is a time that typically in the before times, we would have been like with our families, you'd have like multi-generational family in the same room. And this is like one song you could kind of pull off on a family Christmas list, because even though it has elements of being inappropriate, it's not any more inappropriate than the wobble playing in front of your grandma. So like you could kind of sneak it in there on a family, like Donny Hathaway could come on and that song could come on. And almost for a second, nobody would catch it as much as like in our high school times, as much as like the bunch of younger kids like, what is this? Yes. It's like your one time to be like, that's our hip hop music, but it's like a holiday thing. Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna send that to you, Melinda, because it has a lot of little taglines that you probably could make little hooks of and include.
I've not been this excited in quite some time. I can't wait. This has not happened to me in a minute. Please send that my way.
I'm going to send that link, and we might have to have a separate, that'll be an off the record conversation, but we might have to separate off the record conversation of me just being like, and Melinda, tell me, what were your thoughts after you listened to this booty music that was also Christmas music? We didn't know we needed that, and yet here we are. Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited. Jordan Sparks just came out with like a Christmas CD called Cider and Hennessy. And
Yes.
she has a trap version of Angels We Have Heard on High, and it goes into Jingle Bells. And like, I literally sat in my house and sent her a video of me in my Christmas onesie, like just popping it. I was like, hey, 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 hey. Like, I couldn't help it because I was like, why would you do this to Angels We Have Heard on High? But also, thank you for doing this to Angels We Have Heard on High. I didn't know I needed it. So that's why I feel like this is a slippery slope I'm getting ready to go down, and I'm all here for it.
I'm here to help. I'm also going to bring up another classic gospel jam. That Kirk Franklin, Jesus is the Reason, is still one of my favorite
That's
Christmas jams. Yes. I do feel like that falls in the jams category.
Yes.
And anytime I hear that, I'm like, as soon as I hear that, Santa Claus ain't got nothing on this, I'm like, oh, someone said it's Christmas time. Someone said we need the tinsel. Someone said a wreath. Yes. It's time. It's Christmas time, everyone. Mm-hmm. Santa Claus ain't got nothing on it. Let's go. Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Mm-hmm. Bring the whole tree. Just bring it with you. Bring your Christmas tree. That's what we need. Mm-hmm.
Kirk don't play ever.
At all. Okay, let us ask about Christmas traditions. You talked about the things that your mom did for you. I love this 12 days of Christmas. When you said it earlier, I was like, am I too late? No, maybe I'm not too late. But by the time you listening to this recording, you is late, okay? You late. That's not, you can't do, unless you're going to do 12 days after, which basically is Kwanzaa. You can do that. You just need to learn the other Umoja. You need to learn the other principles of Kwanzaa. And then you could try to see how you can transition into that. So in the before times, Melinda, what were some of your favorite Christmas traditions, things that you did every year during the season that you were like, these are my things that I do to celebrate Christmas?
Well, so I have to say, since I grew up in a divorced household, like I spent Christmas in different places every other Christmas. Mm-hmm. And so I don't have a ton of traditions. Like we've never been like about the exact date or anything like that on the birthdays, anything, like just because they get celebrated when they get celebrated. However, the one thing that my mom and I have done every single year is we throw Jesus a birthday party, because that's the point. It's the point. So like we have a birthday cake, there's a candle, we sing happy birthday. So like we don't do like the normal like pies and all of that for Christmas. We do cake. There's a birthday cake and we sing happy birthday. And that for me has been the best tradition ever. Because I mean, that's the point at the end of the day for us, is that we're celebrating the birth of Jesus. So I'm like, it's your birthday. So what gift would you like from me on this here birthday? So we will celebrate, and then we will talk about what we're giving Jesus for his birthday. Like what I'm deciding to do for this next year that would make him happy. And so that's basically, if there's any tradition, it's that.
I'm just going to tell y'all that touched me. It just touched my little soul hearing about that. And honestly, Melinda, I don't know if TV producers are listening to this, but y'all listen to me. Melinda and her mama need a holiday show. They need, y'all know how y'all have like, British Bake Off holiday, y'all have Cupcake Wars holiday, whatever. Y'all need a 12 days of Christmas with Melinda and her mama, okay? Y'all need to give her and her mama a TV deal, okay? Where they can take us through this, and you need to pay them lots of money, because when I tell you, Melinda, I will watch that. I will watch it. And then like you should get this, let me speak this into existence. You should get a deal like this to just pay lots and lots of money, but then you only have to record them few weeks, whatever that is.
Yes.
And then by the time it airs, you at your house or wherever you are, you know what I'm saying? You're relaxing and it's just running until other people can enjoy it then, but you can be at home or wherever you are in your onesie just chilling. TV
I
producers,
received that.
get on that. I would watch that. As soon as you said that, I was like, and then, I heard that song in the back of my head. I know some of y'all grew up like this and y'all don't want to hear this, but that song that the little kids will always sing, and it always had to be a little kid with the high voice that sings the happy birthday, Jesus. You
Right.
gotta have somebody hit that note. I'm so glad it's Christmas. You gotta have somebody hit that note. Melinda. They gotta hit that note right
Yes.
there near the cake. That's how it gotta be.
Yes. Oh, I love that. Yeah. It honestly, like, I went and sang for the troops one Christmas, and I took my mom. And so, we're over in the Middle East and having the best time, and she's giving out mom hugs
Oh, mama.
and for Christmas, and I'm singing with the band, and we were like, wait, we need cake. Do y'all have cake? Like, because we were like, it's not Christmas without cake. Like, it's his birthday. Like, we gotta celebrate. We gotta celebrate the birthday. I don't like y'all are doing all this. Y'all are doing gifts. We're singing Christmas songs, but also we got a birthday party that we need to have. And they literally went and found cake on the base for us and candles so that we could have our own birthday party at the base. So it's that is a definite for us.
I'm just here for everything. And I'm really, if I had my own production company, I would be calling my people right now. Like, y'all better figure out how we're going to do this for 2021. Y'all better figure out how we're going to film. We're going to film the first season in the US. And then we're going to take Melinda and her mama traveling for 2022. Y'all need to figure out this money. Work on it, TV producers. Okay. Now that we are in, we're in a very interesting time. I mean, I'm thankful I live near my mom and my grandma, so I've still been able to spend, the holidays and things with them, but very differently because they don't live with us. We still have to social distance. Like, I still haven't hugged my grandmother since the pandemic started, just out of keeping her safe, right? So there are these sort of some, air quotes traditions, like having to wear masks for certain family functions, and depending on how we're gathering and figuring out the distance. Like, even for this Thanksgiving, we did have Thanksgiving together with my mom and my grandmother and my sister, but my mom and grandma sat at the table with just the two of them. And then my sister sat at the island, and then my husband and I sat in the living room, so we could still be together, but safely, and to make sure we were looking out for their health as well. And then once you finish eating, that mask, that mask got to come back on.
It's coming back on.
Yeah. So what are some new traditions or just even new things this year that may have come to your mind that you're like, oh, I want to add that this year, if you've had any thoughts like that?
So this year, what's been amazing is because normally, obviously, I'm just gone all the time. And so I don't get to connect with my family as much anyway. That's just a thing. They know I miss family functions, reunions, all of that, most of the holidays, just because. So this year, my family instituted a Friday happy hour. So literally every Friday at 6 p.m., we get on Zoom for an hour, and whoever can get on gets on. And we just see each other and say, hey.
I love that.
So we decided, we've all gotten closer just over this pandemic time, just from our happy hour times. So for Thanksgiving, we don't live in the same places. And so we knew we weren't going to be traveling to get together or anything like that. So we all got on Zoom a few days before Thanksgiving, and we cooked together.
Nice.
We brought in family recipes. My grandma was on the call. We were like, do I put the poultry seasoning in now, or is that after? And she's like, wait on it, baby.
Come on and wait on it.
We were able to actually connect over recipes and what we cooked and what we were going to eat for Thanksgiving. And then on Thanksgiving Day, we just got on Zoom for a quick 30 minutes, said hello and happy Thanksgiving to everybody. And then we all knew we were eating the same meals.
Nice.
And there was that kind of togetherness. And after that happened, as my grandma was saying, the Thanksgiving prayer, we all said, this has to be Christmas. Even when we start being able to meet up again, we have to have this aspect of it for the people who can't travel or the people who can't be there. Like, can we please cook together beforehand? Can we please do these kind of family events where if you can't be there in person, you can still connect with your family?
Yeah.
And I like this is gonna live on. It just is. It's gonna live on. So I think that's probably our new tradition right now is like learning from our elders, learning the recipes, learning what's special to them, and getting to know family stories as we go throughout the year, and then coming together on holidays, even if we can't be there in person.
Oh, I love that. Don't y'all just listen to Melinda, her family, and just be like, I want to be at that. I want to be at that. That's what made me think like this would be a great TV show because of course, like you can't
Yeah,
invite everybody to be with your family. You can't invite everybody to be with your family.
correct. No, and you're
But
not invited.
no, please, that's not going to be
Nobody.
it. But if there were certain parts of it that were like, here's the portion of our
Yeah.
family thing that you can view from there. You're not
Yes.
going to come in here
From a
and be
distance.
but you can view just this part of our family. When I tell y'all,
Yeah.
I would be tuned into that. Netflix, get on it. Okay. Please do that. And I will say for my mom's side of the family, my grandmother is like our matriarch. She just turned 88
Yes.
this year.
Oh my gosh.
And because of the way my mom's side of the family is structured, it's kind of like some of us as cousins are sort of more almost like siblings, like the way we were raised together. And
Yes.
so, it's my grandma's birthday. It's like everybody wants to be where she is, especially these birthdays. It's like since she turned 80, it's like every birthday is like we all want to be together. And that would have been really hard, even without the pandemic, would have been hard schedule wise to make sure everybody could fly here and get there and do. And so she
Yes.
actually, because my grandma's like this, she actually came to us and told us like, y'all gonna have a Zoom birthday party for me. And I want to have yellow cake with chocolate frosting. Like I want a banner that says happy birthday. Like she told us everything. We have
That's
no
amazing.
planning to do because we did exactly what that lady told us she wanted. But it was
Yes.
so beautiful having her children, her grandchildren, and her great grandchildren all on one Zoom telling hilarious stories about her because my grandma is one of these Southern women that is being very serious when she's telling you certain things, but it just sounds hilarious and shady.
I
Even
love
when
it.
she didn't mean like she don't mean it to be shady. Like she's just like, I'm telling you a truth. If I said get a job, get a job. Like it's not like I'm not shading you, but if you wanted to pay your bills, that's the way you could fix it is by getting a
To get a
job.
job.
That's not me being shady. I'm just telling you the truth because I love you. Like she's that kind. So
This is
even
why I love our elders.
so
I love
wonderful.
them.
And getting that. I mean, first of all, her getting exposed to Zoom. She didn't even know what Zoom was till the pandemic. And
Right.
like now she's exposed to Zoom. So now she's like, well, we ought to get on Zoom. I'm like, oh, we ought to get on Zoom. You just discovered Zoom
Oh,
2 weeks ago. How you gonna tell us what to do?
yeah, we definitely spend the first 10 minutes of every Zoom getting my grandma on,
Yes.
like getting her sound turned on,
Mhm.
like teaching her. And we like, you can see her get real close to the camera with her magnifying glass to find the button that she needs to tap on. Because she lives by herself and she's in her 90s, but she will find that
Wow. Come
button.
on, Grandma. Let's
She
go.
will find it and go. And I don't even like, I know her exact age, but I won't say it because she's like, age is
That's
nothing but
right.
a number
That's
and mine
right.
is unlisted.
Come on.
So I won't tell you what it is,
Mhm.
but in her 90s, like obviously we want to be like you guys are with your grandma. Like we want to be there for everything. We don't want to miss anything. So we've been very intentional about getting her on these Zooms.
Oh, I love that. Last question for you, Melinda. The
Yes.
holidays can be a tough time for a lot of people for various reasons,
Mhm.
I mean, it does get darker earlier. Sometimes that's great. Sometimes that doesn't feel so great. We may have
Mm-mm.
different things that have happened in our families, in our lives that those feelings come up for us around the holidays. And on top of that, the pandemic and all the other things that have
Yes.
happened this year, what words of encouragement or just what ways would you want to hold space for listeners that may be in that time of the holidays and just trying to make it through right now? And I'm sure like many of us, you've had times like that, whether it was the holidays or any other time,
Mhm.
just to get out of bed, or some mornings not, or, however.
Yes.
What encouraging words could you give to people that may be listening to this and they're struggling to get through this season? What words of encouragement would you have for them?
I think that's a difficult one for me, definitely, because I know we all struggle, and I never want to say like the wrong words, of
Right,
course.
sure.
But I have the most amazing therapist that
Speak
I
a word on that.
would not make
Mhm.
it without.
Mhm.
So I encourage that. If you have access, I encourage that.
Mhm.
And one of the things that she has said to me over the years is to manage my expectations.
Mm.
And I used to think that that meant that she was telling me to like look at worst case scenario.
Mm.
And that wasn't what she was telling me to do. It was more of like when I look at this Christmas season, when I think of Christmas, I think of, some people have these traditions that they want to be perfect. And some people have, decorations that they want to look perfect. And being honest with yourself and saying, hey, this year things will look differently. Like it's not going to be my idea of perfect,
Right.
but where can I find joy in at least one of these moments? Where can I find joy in the imperfection? And that better manages my expectations of what's coming up so that I'm not met with disappointment after disappointment after disappointment. Am I going to see my family? Not in the way that I'm used to.
Right.
Can I maybe find a way to see them in a different way? Sure. Sure. And what happens if my internet goes out? Well, at least we tried. Like, did we try? Was there an effort behind it? Like it, for me, at least this season is going to be about managing my expectations and
Mm.
not expecting perfection from a season, perfection from a day, even. If Christmas Day turns out to be the worst day you've had in 2020, then celebrate the next day.
Right.
Like don't put it all on that one day or that one big thing that you think has to happen. Manage those expectations well if you can.
Melinda, I thank you for sharing these encouraging words. I thank you for giving us songs to add to our holiday playlists. I thank you for
Oh, thank
encouraging
you.
us that there is no Christmas decoration judgments. You use your decor as needed. Dates are irrelevant. You do that as you need to. Melinda, we thank you for reminding us the importance of a good onesie. Melinda, thank you for joining us here at Her with Amena Brown. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Merry Christmas.
Ooh, y'all, I could just talk to Melinda all day. I hope you enjoyed hearing from her as much as I did. You can listen to Melinda's albums wherever you like to stream your music, and you can buy her book, Beyond Me, Finding Your Way to Life's Next Level, at your favorite independent bookstore and wherever you like to buy your books. To learn more about Melinda and to stay up on her next events, check out melindadoolittle.com and follow her on Twitter and Instagram at mdoolittle. And as always, you can find all of this info as well as links to some of the things Melinda and I talked about in the show notes, which are available at amenabrown.com/herwithamena. For this week, I have two people I want to give a crown to. First, dear listener, I want to give a crown to you. Those of you who may be going through a hard time right now, those of you who are just doing what you can to make it through the day, continue to take care of yourself, be gentle with yourself, do a few things that bring you joy, and remember, it's important that you're here, not just here listening to this podcast, but that you are here on this earth. We need you here and want you here, just you as yourself, being yourself, because that is enough. I hope you look at yourself in the mirror today and remember, you are deserving of a crown too. For my second Give Her a Crown, I want to shout out Toni Braxton for her cover of Vince Guaraldi's Christmas Time is Here, made famous by Charlie Brown's Christmas. And if you're a Charlie Brown fan, you already know and love this song. I love this song so much that I don't normally like to hear anyone cover it. But Toni Toni can sing this song all day if she wants. That perfect tenor in her voice, that fantastic vibrato, she did that song justice, Toni Braxton. Thank you for all of the soul your voice has brought to us and for doing right by one of my favorite Christmas songs. Toni Braxton, give her a crown. Her with Amena Brown is produced by Matt Owen for Soul Graffiti Productions as a part of the Seneca Women Podcast Network in partnership with iHeartRadio. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the podcast.